Alright, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a few exercises. Okay, if I'm overweight, I have to start somewhere. If I'm on a walker or something else, we'll go through a few of these. But if I'm sitting at the kitchen table or in a chair like this, we're going to start out doing some shoulders. What we're going to do is you can lean back or lean up just a little bit, but what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3. If you can't lift it up high, 1, 2, 3. You're going to get 15 to 20, 10, however many you can get. Warm up first. Do 10. 1, 2, 3. And then the next set, 1, 2, 3. But eventually get a little bit higher. You see my speed right there? But then I'm going to change arms. 2. And eventually what we're doing is we're going to start getting our arms to where we can lift up. Because see, I broke the head of my humerus years ago, probably about 7 years ago. Excuse me, doctor said I'd never be able to lift weights again. I got drunk for 2 more years over that. I was in a sling, they manipulated it and everything else. And it's still messed up. But I let the doctors dictate the decision that they don't feel, which I'm the one feeling my shoulder. So going into this in 2014, I went into the gym and I started with the bar, straight bar, and the incline. And that's it. That's all the weight I was doing. And I eventually started doing more weight. But I couldn't do a lot of heavy weight because of my shoulder. But eventually you see what happened. Bam, bam, bam. Got some articles. But my whole point is don't allow anyone except yourself to tell you that you can't do it. And if we have to start small, which is at the kitchen table or on another chair somewhere else. But after you do some of these right here, 1, 2, 2. What we're going to do is this. Get some weights. These are just 3. You know, you're going to start learning how to curl. 1, 2. We're not going to be doing this fast. You're going to control it. Control it up, control it down, control it up. Just like you're doing your life right now. You're taking control of it. See, when people lift like this, they get hurt. They don't mean anything. I'm 43. My body's beat down and I'm in the best shape. Probably more than anybody that's 43 that's come from that. And so I've proved them all wrong, but we control everything. Then eventually you get some weights and start doing this, you know. But once we do that, you can hold the weights in like this and start turning. You want to move up a little bit in the seat to where your knees are over a little bit. To where what we're going to do is start turning our torso. We've got to start turning our torso. You can do your hands like this, down, however, as long as you're turning. This ain't no professional thing. Movement is what we're looking for. Because see, all the movement is you just getting down to it. And eventually, you know, you do it for a minute straight, 30 seconds. You are going to feel that. But it's all about using our resources. It's analyzing our resources when we're setting goals and sub-goals and everything. We've got to look at what we have around us. How can we make this happen for me to get to there, from A to B? That's our goal. We start here. You know, once again, we're going to go over these. Remember, we're just sitting here. 1, 2, and if you've had shoulder problems, bend your arm a little bit to where you don't extend it so much, you know, to where you're lifting up, because then you're working a different part of your shoulder. And once again, the curls. We're just sitting here. 1, we're controlling it. We're controlling life now. We're taking it back. We're not in a hurry no more to go nowhere. Where did we go in a hurry? Nowhere. You know. So, we've got those few exercises right there. Now, if I'm in a walker, okay, I'm going to pretend this chair is a walker. I'm going to put my weight on the walker, and then I'm going to use my leg. I'm going to go 1, 2. All I'm doing is lifting it straight out. 3, 4. If I can go back, so like this, 1, 2, as far back. Any movement that I'm standing there. Now, of course, if I'm on a walker, I would need my couch or a chair or something there, so that way if I get too wore out, I can sit right down. Get right back up and do it. Remember, we do what we don't want to do. We do what people don't want to do. Humility first. And that's the thing, and the whole time you're leaning forward, if you're heavy, you're actually working your triceps. You're going to feel that too. Those are simple little exercises. 1, 2, or if you can get within a door frame, to where you hold the door frame. You're inside the frame. You hold that frame and go 1, 2, 3, as far out as you can. If you can't that far, then just do a little bit. But our whole main objective for about a month is to get everything loosened up, to get it all broken back in. If we can swim 2 or 3 or 4 days a week, we need to swim. Swimming is the best exercise for us. Swimming loosens up the joints. It also gets you back into rhythm with things. But the the lifestyle, life change will not work unless all this is combined together. See, the meals, the stress, the daily living, the fitness, the cardio, the swimming, all that works in conjunction with each other. If one falls, it all falls. Okay? There is a recipe for all of this, and it's your recipe. Stop searching everywhere for the perfect routine, because if they were perfect, everybody would be in shape. The perfect routine is you figuring out your own routine. 2 or 3 meals a day, remember. You have to sacrifice too when it comes to water. Remember, we're going to sip water. If we don't like water, if we have just not drank water ever, then what we have to do, instead of hearing people say you got to drink 2 gallons a day, drink a gallon right now, go. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I hate water. It's like people hate beer. That's how some people hate water. So what we're going to do is we'll say this is a water jug. And see, I've marked it right there to let people know I don't drink this crap. But it's my enemy, and I'm going to keep my enemy right beside me. Just like you are too. But if you can mark a water bottle or somehow keep up with it, we'll say that much is what you drank today of water. Well, if it's better than that much, then that's success. In our book, that's success. That's a win for that day. Don't let nobody say, oh, you lost, go home, you didn't even drink all that. Because once we start making it routine and pulling power back to how the body was designed, how God created this body, and it wasn't for all these pleasures and these sweets and everything like we wish they could be, but they're not. Once we start introducing the number 1 vitamin in the world on the earth, which is water, back into the body, which is naturally made up of water. It's all around us. It's everywhere. Makes sense, right? If it's everywhere, then it needs to be everywhere within us. Because over time, the body will start yearning for more water. And each day, each week, you'll get further and further down. And then eventually, you will see the change. But can you lose it? Yes. It's like alcoholics. We can go without drinking, but if we drink that 1 beer, it turns in 1's too many, 1,000's not enough. But it's just like working out. It's like fitness, a lifestyle. It's like eating, not dieting, but eating right like we're supposed to. When all those are combined over time, you will lose weight, you will lose, hypertension, your blood pressure will be lowered, you will think better, you will feel better, your intuitive side in you will yearn for more things. See, we're in a shell right now. A created shell from all the foods and alcohols and pills. We've created a shell within us. And we've blocked ourselves from our full potential while we were created. But we've identified it now. Now we've got to put it all together. That's why it's so important for you out there. Get some side help, but put your own diagram together that works as far as eating better and stuff. You know what substances are foreign that you're like, yeah, spit it out. More greens, more fruits, more vegetables. Stay away from a lot of the high starches and stuff. But we have to count calories, something we've never done. If you counted calories, you wouldn't be eating all that food all the time. You'd feel horrible. Counting calories is like an alcoholic counting beer. You know, I never counted my beer because they said I drink 60, 70 beers in a day, and that's just like, I don't even want to talk about it. You know, and people that overeat, it's like, I don't want to talk about the calories, I just want to eat it. I want to feel numb. You know, I want to cover up this feeling of whatever it is I'm going through with my family, my job, whatever it is, I'm going to cover it up with food. Not anymore. We're going to cover it up with fitness. We're going to cover it up with being sore. If we can be sore from eating food and drinking all the time, drinking beer too, and drinking nasty stuff, then it's insane how far we get out there from reality. You know, and how hard it is to travel that road back. Because remember, we have to go back through what it took for us to get to right here. However overweight we are, however drunk we are, it took all that behind us to go through. We're going to have to go right back through that in order to find out what happened here and how to get all this together and how to get ahead and to stay moving. You know, but those are easy exercises, you know, and you can sit here and it depends on how you feel. You know, if I don't know how your arms and shoulders are, but if, you know, in front or to the side, as long as you're going up too, and you want to control it, put the weights down. Get some shoes if you don't have weights. Get your husband or wife's boots or high heels and hold them son of guns and do this too. You're sitting there watching whatever it is. You know, why not do something? Do that and do this. You know, and if you can sit right here, lift your leg up. 1, 2, 3. If it is strenuous, it's working. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Every movement that we and you do is crucial to everything down the road. It's like a big puzzle that you have no idea what you're working. You see all these pieces everywhere, you just don't know how to put it together. You know, that's why we have to give time. We stay in the day, we work on our, whatever it is that we're working on that day. We get through what we have to do, we make ourselves do it, and we thank our higher power at night for that day. And if we can model tomorrow, if we get tomorrow, like the day before, only try to add a little bit to it, that's how success keeps happening every day. Every day. If we can slowly get overweight every day and drunk every day, drunker and drunker and heavier, then we can slowly undo that. But our problem is we want instant gratification. We want all this weight gone. We want to be flexible. We want all this gone. And it's like, it's not like that. Yes, we allow ourselves to get out of shape, but we also have to allow ourselves to have the power within us to come out of it. To have the strength to stand up on our own 2 feet and say, I can do this. And also to not worry about what anybody else says around them. Use all the negativity for the motivation. That's fuel right there. That's what I tell people. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have all the negativity and stuff. But I create most of it. But it's also too, I ain't drunk. I'm allowing myself to be me. Because when I found out about alcoholism and why it is like it is, you know, it's ugly. And it is. All this alcohol shouldn't be put out here just like the pills and the food and everything else. And it shouldn't. Shouldn't. So, you know, and truthfully, it's like I can't get mad at myself for being an alcoholic because of the way it's pushed. And you, if you're overweight, get mad at the companies. Get mad at the mass selling of sugars and just loaded out coffees and energy drinks and the dollar menus and everything else. See, they want to blame us, but they created everything around us. They created your obesity, and when you look at it like, wow, I really didn't do this to myself, and you didn't. People that are skinny are just skinny. They've got other problems, but there's the same problem as yours because it destroys all of us, whatever that problem might be. You know, and I do this, and I picked this TV up because I was going to do a video with it because these kids don't understand what we used to watch. See, if you had to get your ass up every day and change the channel, like on this one right here, see, you got to get up and change the channel. Go sit back down. And then you got to go from 3 to 60, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And see, when they gave us remote controls, what did that do? That brings up a whole nother ball field. Remote controls lead to what? The couch. Now you don't get up. The only time you get up is to go in the kitchen to get some whatever, ice cream and chips, whatever else. But and they knew that from design too. It's like, man, you realize what's going to happen to society when we put remote controls in their hands? And then the guy over here said, you know what's going to happen when we put these phones in their hands? Yeah, exactly. They'll have all the information in the world to go to get better, and they'll never do it because they enjoy being miserable, because we give them everything that's pleasure. The foods, the pills, the alcohol, the lottery, the porn, the mass tobacco that we should be able to grow in our backyards, but we don't. So when you start looking at it from all different directions, you should start feeling better instead of just saying that's all my fault, because it's not. Obesity is a creation, and it is. Alcoholism is a creation. All you got to do is study these symbols right there, and it'll tell you. You wouldn't drink no more if you was like, oh, is that what that means? So they're even putting it on the bottles and letting us know what they really think about us. It's just like the foods. They know most of you don't have it in you to get better, and they know that. That's why I tell people that I work with, you have to dig deep. Deeper than you've ever dug before. You've got to be more honest than you've ever had before. You've got to have more humility than you ever have before. More open-mindedness, more willingness. The yearning. The want. W-A-N-T. That word is so powerful to me, because the want that I have is not the want that I want. It's a spiritual, powerful want that I've never experienced before. And it's hard to explain because everybody's so caught up within their own addictions. All these other addictions are the same as food addiction, overeaters, and it is. They go to the same meetings, different name meetings, but they admit the same things. They got to be honest. They've got to be everything I just said. And they're destroying themselves. So when you look at it, we're all cutting our lives short, but only a few of us step up to the plate and say, you know what, I'm ready to get hit with some humility, and I want to change because I want to help some people and help myself and family in the process. And whoever comes along, and whoever don't. They can sit over there on the curb and sit there and do nothing, absolutely nothing, which a lot of people do. But I wanted to share that with you, and I hope that helps you out, because you're the only one that's going to do it. We can lay out the diagram and everything, and truthfully, everything that I do is a combination of my experience in all the detoxes, the rehabs, the ER rooms, psych wards, everything that I have been through, I went through and I kept it. See, God made me keep all that stuff. And why didn't I throw that away when I was drinking and come home and would relapse? And then depression set in. Why didn't I throw all those notes away and stuff? And that last time I said, you know what? That fire like you have inside of you that's ignited is the same fire that I have. But something went off when I was at the hospital bed, and that guy was sitting there and the cop was sitting there, and I said, when I come back from this detox, I'm going to take this guy's job. And he's a counselor or something. But you got to have a work permit, from a college 8-year degree in order to get anywhere, even though my experience in a doctor's, if you pull their brain out, put it down, and pull my brain out, put it out, my brain's experience, that's paper knowledge. That's all that is. They don't understand the feelings and what we go through. They don't understand you. I suggest one main thing though. If you haven't cried enough, go in the bathroom and look in the mirror for one last time before you really deny yourself what it takes. Deny yourself the pleasures that you've constantly given yourself and that you justify every day too, as alcoholics and drug addicts do. Lottery and gamblers and everybody. They justify it. I hear it every day. People know it all. They know it all. But yet, I'll have 5 years with zero pharmacy stuff, except 2 Tamiflu in December. I took 2 Tamiflu a couple years ago and knocked everything out. If we could take it like that, then it's all right, but it truthfully isn't. Certain medications, yes, but this has gotten out of hand. And then obesity, they want to give you medications to where you can keep eating the same foods that gave you obesity in the first place. That's like saying, hey, come here, alcoholic, we're going to give you this to where you don't have high blood pressure, but you can still drink though. We're still going to get you, and that's by design. look at it like you're in a war, not just with yourself, but with everything that you see coming at you within the foods, in the stores, in the commercials, in the ads going down the road, and the billboards and all that. It's all designed to get you to pull in one of them stores, and it is. And it's a hell of a thing. It's like y'all, obesity, overeaters. I challenge y'all, when you get to the point down the road, to surround yourself with little Debbies and everything. Leave them sitting there and be like, you see, I've got power. I'm the one that has power over you and you, and to prove this ain't water. Whew. Truthfully, I cannot believe I even used to chug all of it like it was water, and it's just like the overeating. It's all good until we go to bed and wake up, right? We know what we did, then we sleep, and then we wake up, and we know what we're fixing to do throughout the rest of the day, and that's all negative stuff. But we have to turn that negative around into positive, and we have to keep kicking ourselves in the ass, because we're the only ones that's going to do it. Time's short, and it is. We've had enough pleasure. We've had enough fun. Some of us that's older, we need to get our asses in shape because we want to be around, not just for our family, but we want to be around to possibly help people. That's the gift of it. It's about helping people. And you don't see that nowhere. I've tried to get this non-profit thing going. It's just not time yet. Some people are interested, but, the people I really would like to have in it don't even care. They don't even care, and that's acceptance on my part. I have to accept where they are, because I know when it blasts off, and it will, I know they'll come running. And they'll be like, hey, man, what's up? And it's like, no. I ask over and over and over and over and over. And all I kept hearing was, no, 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 no. So now I'm saying no. Not you, me, no. Now it's time for you to grow up, and it's time for you to learn your own path. And I'll be waiting on you way down there. But you don't get out of it that easy. You don't get to not put work in and then enjoy everything like everybody else in society. Us alcoholics and addicts and overeaters and everybody. Look at what happened to us enjoying everything. Yeah, exactly. Because everything was just laid out. We never really knew how to put the hard work in, but by God, we've got a recipe now. And you're going to learn it too if you want some of this. But most of this is being given away anyways. It's what we're supposed to do. But anyways, I'll see y'all next time, and I love you.